Just two dudes having a conversation. You're my friend and I trust you.
What is that?
Blinded by the Light, man.
Oh, I didn't. I had that. I started with Fishing in the Dark.
Oh,
and then once something is in your head, kazoo wise,
it's stuck.
That's the only song that you hear.
It's
if you hear another kazooing a different song, you just. Do you want to do that one, Blinded by the Light, really quick?
I kind of want to do Fishing in the Dark.
All right.
Where are we starting at?
Chorus, obviously.
Okay. Why did you go so high?
Just let me have this. I can hit it.
Ready?
Yeah. All right. Okay. Don't give me that look.
You skipped.
You know that I don't know how songs go.
That's so true.
For a musician, I should be a lot better, but I'm not.
No. So, welcome, listeners. You're My Friend, I Trust You podcast.
It's a podcast where it's the Seinfeld of podcasts, actually.
It is.
We've been called that by many people. It's hard to say who started that.
I think it just happened.
Yeah, it just happened organically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, we've been saying for a couple episodes that we're the Seinfeld of podcasts because one of our friends called us the Seinfeld of podcasts.
Term is loose.
And
Just
one
kidding.
of our acquaintances.
Yeah, we kind of know him.
Yeah, he hangs around. He came up with that term, and he just so happens to be here with us today. He's looking at us both like we've hurt his feelings very deeply, and I'm a little sad about it, but I'm sure it'll be all right. We'll recover.
He's my former coworker.
He's my former...
He's going to marry you.
He's going to marry me. Yeah. He's going to marry me to my soon-to-be wife, Emily. He's going to be the
officiant,
the aficionado of our wedding. It's Mr. Korey Whittset.
Hey.
I was going to go as long as we could without him saying anything. But welcome, Korey.
That would be
Thank
the
you.
move, too, since we have Korey on, to do a whole podcast with him just sitting here. Because I told him not to say anything until I introduced you.
I half expected it. To be honest. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, this is what this is going to be. 52 minutes of me sitting here watching both of you.
But no, we couldn't have you on and not do anything. It looks like your level's low, but that's all right. We'll just bump you up later. And if you could just speak right into that.
Is this better?
That is better, yeah.
Okay.
I'll bump you up, though.
Just breathe into the mic.
Like I do.
Yeah.
You just got to sit here and...
The key is whenever someone else is talking to just get the nice undertone of nose hair mixed with some dried boogers.
Just to let...
Like a nose whistle.
Yeah. Just to let...
I tried to clean the nose out before I came here.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Do you trim your nose hair?
No.
You don't?
Really?
I don't.
Good for you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
We're
I
both
have to.
yeah, we're both
have
in that
to.
stage.
People actually do that?
Oh, yeah. It'd be
Yeah.
a forest coming out of my nose if I didn't do that.
Also,
it's really itchy.
like my ears, not inside my ears, but on the outside. I've noticed, at least on the left one, there's one really long black hair that just appears every 2 weeks.
Right on the rim.
Yeah, I just had to pull it.
Uh,
So
My grandpa had that.
yeah,
He's dead now, though.
R.I.P.
wow.
Well, this is Korey.
His grandpa's dead and he's about to die on the podcast. So,
Would that be first as well?
yeah, that'd be a first for sure.
Okay.
So who are you? What do you do?
I'm Korey. I'm a acquaintance of both of you.
Yep.
I'm the associate.
You don't have to say this part
Oh, okay.
if you don't want to.
This part. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, some people are weird.
Okay.
About that, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Like I haven't actually said where I started working.
Oh.
Yeah, why not?
Just because.
You don't want people stalking you?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can if you
No,
want.
You
but-
could be general, like you
Yeah.
work in a church
I work in a church.
with children.
Youth.
Youth. Children sounds bad anymore
It
nowadays.
does. It does.
You work with youth
Yes.
in college.
And college.
and college ages, right?
It's a lot of fun.
Where are you from, Corey?
Originally, I'm from Southern Ohio, about 3.5 hours south of here.
Nice in general.
Nice and general.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm learning as we go. You didn't prep me before we got on the
I will
air.
say though, probably not enough people listen to this podcast that it matters because everyone who probably listens to the podcast knows us all. So.
Already knows where we live.
Yeah.
Already knows where my
But
dad
don't say
keeps all his
anything.
guns.
That's true. Matt's not very happy about that.
Sorry, Matt.
But don't say anything that like you don't want to reappear in like 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Or that might get you fired or hinder you from getting a new job somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
Wise advice.
Yeah. But Corey and I did used to work together at this church.
Yep. For a year and 3 months and 7 days.
And we didn't actually like sit down and have like a really good conversation until like
A year and 2 months and 7 days.
but yeah.
Nice. Very nice. So would you say that you guys became friends through that? Because I don't see you guys hanging out too much outside of the church thing. But I also have like been work friends with people and just not really wanted to hang out with them outside of work hours.
I think at least for me, well, one, like I said, we probably worked together for almost a year before like we really got to know each other, I would say, right?
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah. And like, excuse me. I think after that, because it was really just like a conversation. We went out to lunch one day and like we just had like this conversation that we both felt the same things. And,
And found out we're basically the same person, too.
yeah, we're very similar. We were raised very similarly too. I wasn't homeschooled as long as Corey, but
It shows.
If you heard a smacking noise, that was me doing a homeschool
Homeschool
high
high
five,
five.
which is just high-fiving yourself.
Just clapping your hands together.
Had
But-
to learn to adapt.
yeah. But I think after that, like we hung out at work, kind of. Like, not that I don't want to hang out with you outside of work, but this is the first week that I haven't been working with you, and so I think that will kind of change what our friendship looks like. In that, obviously, we'll hang out after work or outside of work because we don't work together.
As long as we hang out.
Yes, as long
Yeah.
as we hang out.
Have you found golf clubs yet?
I have not.
He went golfing the other day and now is looking to get clubs.
He was with me.
Oh,
He
you
was.
guys went golfing without me, huh?
Yeah, it was a staff thing.
It was my
Oh.
last hoorah.
I see how it is.
Corey actually taught me a lot.
Yeah,
Appreciate
he very
Yeah,
much
he's a good
surprised
golfer.
me as well.
Pudge did?
Budget, yeah. I was like, hey, do this, do that. And he did it and hit the ball really well.
Not necessarily where it was supposed to go, but
But still really well.
How were your drives? Were they like were
They
you
were
hooking?
there.
Were you hooking or
Yeah.
slicing? Yeah.
if it was either like I would hit it and it would slice, or I would like barely hit it and it would go 10 feet.
Yeah.
So
Slice is a slice when it goes to the right.
If you're right-handed.
Okay. Yeah. I have a wicked slice, so I have to set up almost at a 90 degree to the tee. And then maybe it'll go on the green.
That might be why we didn't invite you.
Well, when we went, I don't think that you were really giving me advice too much.
he just wanted to beat you. He wanted somebody to beat
Yeah,
you.
he wanted to.
Well, Jordan also asked me for advice.
Oh.
I'm not one of those that I'm just going to tell you what to do because I think that can be annoying.
That's fair.
So if you want advice, I'll give it. If
Yeah,
not,
definitely.
I'll just shoot and have fun with you.
Well, maybe that's a me thing. Maybe I should have been self-aware enough to realize that I was golfing with somebody more skilled than me, and I should have been like, "Hey, will you give me some advice?"
Although I will be honest, I really enjoyed watching you hit it 10 feet and then try to run on a limp ankle.
Oh, yeah. I
This
had
when you
hurt
had
my
a bum ankle.
Yeah, that's when my ankle was bummed, so I couldn't run. I had to
Tendons.
basically I had to hop basically on one foot like a veggie tail to go after this ball. Just boing, boing,
What kind
boing.
of which Veggie Tale would you be if you could be a Veggie Tale?
If I could be a veggie tail, oh, definitely Larry, because he's got a lot going on for him. He's a cucumber, and he bought a Jeep in one episode, a Barbie Jeep.
Is this the new?
No, this is the old, like, OG.
I don't remember that.
I don't
Yeah, he
remember
bought
that
a
either.
Barbie Jeep.
Which story was that?
I forget. It was something about, like, excess and, like, just having too much, I think. And then he's also Larry Boy.
True.
So I could be a superhero. I could be a normal person, a normal veggie, and a super veggie. Get
Have
into
you-
all sorts of adventures.
Have you ever noticed that VeggieTales, none of the characters are vegetables?
Isn't a cucumber a vegetable?
It's a fruit.
Isn't a tomato a vegetable?
It's a fruit.
What about
pea.
carrots? Carrots are a vegetable.
You're
About
getting,
the peas.
You're getting beyond. I said the main characters.
Oh, main.
Oh, I thought you said characters.
I heard characters.
Let's rewind the
Let's
tape.
rewind it.
We can't do that. That's not how technology works.
I would be one of the peas.
Why is that?
I don't know. They just always seem to have the cool characters.
They always do get to do the cool stuff.
Yeah.
Dumping slushies on people's heads.
Right.
This is a very niche topic. Hopefully. But I feel like even if you didn't grow up in like a churchy household, you still watched VeggieTales.
You think?
I think so. Because like every once in a while it'll trend on Twitter and there's a ton of people that know what it is.
I have yet to watch like the new Netflix.
VeggieTales
seen it.
in the house.
Is that what it's called?
I think so. Yeah. They're trying to be all hip and trendy.
Oh yeah. Are they
But-
like? Do they still have the same characters?
Yeah, but they have teeth now. So it's really weird. Like they got like an animation overhaul. Yeah, they
Sounds
gave
like a nightmare.
yeah.
New voices.
Like Larry always had the one tooth.
Yeah.
They still sound the same.
Okay.
But now Bob the Tomato has teeth, like
That's weird.
2 rows of teeth. You all right there?
I'm good.
Hit your hand on the table, didn't you?
I don't know who put that there.
Getting too excited.
So, not to keep changing subjects,
Oh, that's
but
fine.
I wanted to get this story in because I think we mentioned it on the either last week episode or the week before. What are you guys doing? Anyway,
Yeah.
it's a Korey story about your recent honor of giving the graduation speech. What's that called? Is that just
Commencement?
I'm getting a prank call. Should I pick
do it? Do it. 513. That's my area.
Is it?
Yeah, Cincinnati.
Hello?
Please stop what you're doing and listen to this very important message. In the next few seconds, I'm going to give you access to some information that can absolutely change your life for the better if you let it.
Wait,
I'm
are,
gonna give
are you a
access
real
to
person? Because
short,
I'm in.
pre-recorded message
I'll give you
that'll
my
show
credit
you
card right
exactly how
now.
to put $10,000.
I hate these calls so much. I get like 4 of them a day.
I actually have not gotten like hardly any recently.
Man.
I
Anyway.
got one last week, and it was an actual person.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like, hey. And he's like, oh, hi. Didn't expect you.
Oh, hi.
And I said, hey, can you do me a favor and please take me off your do not call it or put me on your do not call list? And he went, good luck. Click. I was
Wow.
like, wow, that was super
Getting
aggressive.
ballsy.
I get
Scary.
called from the NRA asking for money. And I'll be like, hey, I don't have time right now. Can you give me your cell phone number? And then I'll call you back later. They're like, no, we can't do that.
Then stop calling mine.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
back to
This
the-
is probably one of the funniest stories I've heard in the past 25 years.
Korey got the honor
You're
of
not even 25.
I know I'm 24.
Okay.
giving the graduation speech to a group of studious graduated homeschoolers.
Was it in a house? In a home?
It was actually at a campground.
Okay.
Was it a Christian campground?
It was.
Okay.
Was it Camp Les?
It was.
Ah, I know what that is.
Ah,
Is that in Kidron, right? Or am I thinking of something else?
yes. It,
It's near there anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Anyway, so we referenced the story and we kind of want to hear it in detail and your thoughts within it because I think it's hilarious. We've gotten some comments about how funny it was.
And can you, because we talked about it on the podcast, but can you just reiterate the story and then we'll dive into some
How
details
and
about
like
it.
start like from how you got asked.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I was asked last year if I would do it, and I just didn't want to. So I blew it off. I said, hey, ask me next year and I'll do it. Well, homeschoolers remember everything.
They're a smart bunch, those homeschoolers. They write everything down.
Well, it's limited interaction, so the interaction they do have, they remember. Throwing myself under the bus there as well. And they came to me this year, and they said, it was a girl in our church, said, hey, would you speak at our homeschool graduation, end of year thing? And I was teeter-tottering because I vehemently did not want to do it. But she said, last year, you said you would.
Gotcha.
Curse those memories.
Been waiting all year to tell you that.
Why did they want you specifically for this?
Because I was a homeschooled graduate who appears to be successful and self-sustaining in
I
the world.
see. Gotcha.
So not many of those.
Kind of normal.
Kind of normal.
He figured it out.
It's the biggest compliment I can get. I tell people I was homeschooled and they're like, you were? I was like, yes, I made it, Mom.
Do you get offended when people make homeschool jokes?
No, I think it's funny.
Okay, cool.
No, I've made like 5 of them already.
Well, it's different. Like if you're making a joke being someone who has been homeschooled,
That's fair.
as opposed to like Donnie, who has no part of
He went to
homeschool.
Kingsway. It's close enough.
True.
That
It's
is true.
basically
Yeah.
homeschooled.
But not homeschooled. And I still, like, I remember, sorry, to sidetrack once, our baseball team, there weren't enough, like, students at Kingsway interested enough
I
to have a
understand
full
that.
team because it's such a small school. Yeah. So we had to get homeschoolers to fill out the rest of the team to have enough players to play. And I had just learned that homeschool high five joke. And somebody made, like, we were just at practice and somebody made a comment. I was on third. And I was just by myself on third, just out on an island, just waiting to go home. And I was like, yeah, homeschool high five. And then I just, like, as soon as I did it, we had just gotten our first homeschool kid. I was like, oh, no, I've made a grave mistake. I felt so bad making a homeschool joke in front of him.
How did he react?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I hung my head and didn't talk to him for the rest of the season.
Avoided eye contact.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
back to your story.
Yes.
they asked me, and I said, fine, I guess I'll do it. And I said, how long do I need to speak? And they said, how about 25 to 30 minutes?
Oy.
That's what I said. I said, I don't even preach that long. I said, how about 12 to 15? They said, we'll take what we can get. So I said, okay. I said, what do you want me to speak on? And they said, well, we want you to talk on kind of your story and how you've been successful and then tied into some sort of Christian theme because we're Christian homeschoolers. I said, okay, I could do that. So I drive to the campground and I get there and there's about 25 homeschoolers, 1 graduate.
Wait.
I didn't know this part of the story.
Me neither. There was one senior.
Yeah, there's 1 senior,
What were the rest?
like sophomores.
Oh, wow.
So he sat up towards the front.
Yeah.
Naturally.
And I
Did he
was-
have like the robe on and the hat?
No, he didn't. I was disappointed.
Huh.
Yeah. So I start speaking and I was like, well, I need to change my message a little if I'm just talking to one kid who's graduating compared to a class of them.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing? You're gonna be okay. So I'm like, well, I need a more general message for this. So I start speaking about myself, and I talk about how when I was at school, actually, this is a cool part of the story. When I was at school, I had a teacher at university,
Your
college.
mom?
No, college, university. I realized my mistake as soon as I said it. When I was at college, away, not my mom, the teacher on the first day of class was like, hey, would all the homeschoolers in this class raise their hand? And I was like reaching down in my bag, getting my 3rd pencil out because I was so nervous. And I just raised my hand. And then I looked up and I was the only person in the class who had their hand raised. I was like, great, I've been sought out already. Like, thanks, teach. But he told me, he said, hey, here's the deal. He said, first 3 weeks, you're going to hate this. You're going to want to go home. You're going to want to quit. He said, after those 3 weeks, you're going to be the best student I have in this class. So now I'm thinking, great, now I'm the weird homeschooler, and now the perfect kids are going to be after me as well.
Just put a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah, a lot of pressure.
Flunked out of that class.
Yeah. So after 3 weeks, I quit. No. But I shared that at the graduation. And then I shared a story from the Bible and tied it all in. And at the end of my speech, 14 minutes later, I said at the end, hey, let's kind of dispel the notion of what a regular homeschooler is. Sure, we were weird before, but, we're kind of becoming more normal, or at least that's what I'm hoping for. I said, so if you believe homeschooling is the best option, you're going to be a walking billboard for it. So carry yourself in a way that's honoring to God and honoring to homeschool. That way people become more welcome to the idea if that's what you want. So tied it up and tied it into Jesus and everything. And at the end, I said, all right, so that's all, folks. I felt like Porky the Pig. And immediately, a kid raised his hand. I was like, I didn't know there's question time. I said, go ahead, man. Not the graduate. This kid was like in 8th grade, I think. The homeschoolers have grades. And he said, can I critique you? I was like, are you, okay, go ahead. He said, you said, like twice. And I was thinking, man, that's pretty good. 15-minute speech off the cuff. Not bad. I said, well, what else, man? And he thinks for a moment and he goes, your eye contact was incredible. Like that serious. Like he wasn't just like your eye contact was incredible. Your eye contact. I felt like it was like some Batman movie. I'm like, what's going on here?
Pause. Incredible.
So I finish up and they're like, hey, do you want to stay and have some hot dogs and s'mores? I was like, no, I'm out of here. I feel very uncomfortable and I'm one of you. So
Very judged.
I got in my car and left. But yeah, that was the first time I'd ever been critiqued from a speech not in class. So
And immediately afterwards.
like
Still standing on
it was not even a half a second and the kid's hand was raised. I'm like, man, don't take this kid to an auction. He's got awesome reflexes. But
So when was this that you gave this speech? Was it the end of this school year?
yeah.
So probably first semester next school year, you'll be getting essays from all the kids critiquing your speech.
I hope so. I will come back on the podcast and read them.
Just a stack of 25 papers.
Right.
Really digging into your flaws.
That's good for the system.
So I have a question, and you kind of touched on it a little bit. So you were homeschooled from basically birth to college. So what was that transition like for you, like personally? Like, granted, I mean, you went to a Christian college, so it wasn't like probably overload of crazy stuff happening. But I don't know. What was your experience with that?
It was interesting. I did go to a Christian college, but it was still 4.5 to 5 hours away from home. So it wasn't one of those things where I could, if I was struggling, I could just go home and recoup. I felt very much just thrown into the deep end without knowing how to swim. There was that transition period. My mom, in my opinion, did a great job at homeschooling us. I felt very well assimilated into society. I was very learned, and going to college, I just had to find out how the system worked. And that's what the teacher was talking about. Like, the first 3 weeks, you're going to hate this because you're not going to know how it runs. But once I figured out, okay, this isn't too hard. This is actually easier than the schooling that I had in high school. I was able to excel and be fine with it. As far as friends, my roommate was awesome. His name was Cody. My name was Korey. So our names were mixed up all the time. So it worked out really well because in group chats, they thought I was him. So I got invited to so up thinking it was him, and then I showed up. They're like, "Who's this guy?" I'm like, "I'm your new friend." But he helped the. He was older when I got there. I was 18, maybe 19, and he was 26. So it was cool to have an older guy. His nickname was Gramps. Older guy to kind of show me the ropes and help me get fostered into the community there. So I'd say it was positive. The first month sucked, but it was good.
Nice. So your teacher was pretty accurate with that first 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, dead on. Because I mean, homeschool is all about, doing the work yourself. And in that, going to college, it really helped because I was able to listen to the lecture or whatever, and then just do the work myself, and I didn't have to rely on other people. So that was fine.
And did you go to community college before that?
I did. Yep.
Okay.
So I actually graduated with an associate's degree from a community college before that, and that was only about 20 minutes from my house, so I commuted to that.
So did you finish high school early then?
Yeah, I finished at 17.
Wow. That's why I wish I would have done homeschooling.
Yes and no. It was good, but I also didn't have a summer break. I never
really?
had a summer break until college.
Wow. Was that your choice or your parents' choice?
More my parents.
Would you have preferred to have a summer break?
Yeah. Why would I not want a summer break?
In the high school years, when you know that if you just buckle down and get it done, you can finish early. Do you think you still would have taken that option for the summer break?
I would have at least like a week or something. Because even when we went on family vacations, like in the morning, we were doing work. In the evening, afternoon, we were able to have fun. So I remember going to like Myrtle Beach and being in the condo, like reading Hamlet. I'm like, this sucks. Like, why can't I go swim with the dolphins? My mom's like, those are sharks. That's why you're reading.
I remember, it's funny because when I was homeschooled up to 4th grade. And so in the years before that, we would always go to Myrtle Beach for like 2 weeks in September, which was great because we're all homeschooled. So you can go in the off season when not a whole lot of people are there and kids are in school. So you had like this whole campground to yourself. But it was the same thing. Like we had I remember going out, we would stop at different historical sites. So that way we could learn about, which was actually really cool because you could see it. Like you were there. Yeah. But I remember one year specifically when we were at Myrtle Beach, my dad always fished. And he caught a fish and we dissected the fish. Yeah.
Nice.
But it's always funny because it was like everything always had a lesson to it.
Oh, still today. Like I go home, I'm like, Mom, I'm 23 now. You don't have to teach me anymore.
I know it all.
Can't say that. Never mind.
She's going to listen.
That's one of those things that you warned me about. So it's good. Thanks for the pep talk.
You bet. Do you think your mom will listen to this episode?
No.
That's fair. My parents don't listen.
Well, she might.
Yeah.
I don't know. She listened. So every time I preach, if she's not able to be there, she watches the live stream from every service.
All three.
All three. And then she critiques me every time. She's like, the first time you really need to work on it. I was like, all right, thanks. Second service, I actually usually take her critiques because she's usually on the money. I mean, I guess that happens when you married a preacher for 35 years.
True.
So,
True.
Excuse me. So, but last time after the third service, she texted me. She's like, you got better after every service. I was like, hey, thanks.
I will say last time I saw you preach, it was pretty good. It was
Thank you.
very solid.
Appreciate
Spitting
that.
fire.
Yeah.
Like a dragon.
You should, next time they let you preach, you should totally do fire and brimstone style.
Or
like sweat rag and everything.
Or like super healy, like spiritual healing. Also with the sweat rag.
I thought you wanted me to come on a stage in Heelys.
That too. Where like a super white 3-piece with like a purple tie, have the sweat rag, come out on Heelys though, but then bap people in the head, heal them.
I just kind of got a picture of like Michael Scott, like prison Michael Scott.
With Prison Mike.
Prison Mike.
By the way, do you like
do you like our
I love it.
We have a massive, like 36 by 27 poster of
Michael Scott.
I kept thinking of him when you were doing the kazoo at the beginning.
What is that?
Because he, every time he sings Happy Birthday, he has to take the highest
No,
note.
he does. I did that. I recently had a birthday, and everyone was singing me Happy Birthday. Oh, wait, no. I don't think this happened. Because it wasn't my birthday.
I wanted this to happen.
I thought it was my birthday, but I think it was the last, not my birthday, but the next last birthday that I've been to.
What?
The birthday before mine. Whatever birthday event I was at that was not mine, that happened immediately before mine, I took the high part, and it was great. It was glorious. But I should have taken it at my own while people were singing to me.
You should have.
That would have been the real Michael Scott move. Live and learn.
True.
Korey, when we became friends...
You're admitting to that?
Yeah.
All right, good.
I would call us friends. At this point, I would call us friends. But you, like, I remember specifically, like, I was setting up, or I was practicing drums. I was still working third shift. And you came in, and I just talked to you.
Mm-hmm.
We started talking. We started having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I think within that conversation, we were like, hey, let's hang out.
Mm-hmm.
And we started hanging out. But I remember, like, wanting to initiate that conversation because you were the new guy at the church. And I know what it's like to be new in a new town and really not know anybody because you moved from out of town. So I wanted to, like, extend my hand and be like, I want to kind of help you establish a friend base, or at least one friend here in this new town. And I'm glad I did. But I had from Emily, who had been working as the intern at the church at the time, and from also a little bit from Pudge.
Second favorite Ebert.
Also from Pudge. Both of them were just like, yeah, he seems like a cool guy, but I don't know. That was like the response from both of them. And what it was is you are just so chocked full of relentless puns.
True. That's true.
That it wears on a soul pretty quickly.
I got wished Happy Father's Day on Sunday because they said my dad jokes qualified me.
I would say at this point, you've earned the title of dad. Honorary dad. You should have a card in your wallet that says, I'm a dad, even though I'm not.
I'm your dad.
Just call me Dad. Dad!
Nope.
And rude.
He works
Also,
with children.
in that first conversation, we agreed to go to Applebee's for half-price
We
apps.
still have never been to Applebee's together.
Still kind of upset about it.
Do you want to go after this? You working tomorrow?
You want to go?
I don't.
He's got to work tomorrow.
I work in the
Oh, right.
Do you want to go?
Today was my Friday.
Today was your Friday?
Yeah, for work. I don't work
Oh,
Friday,
that's right.
Saturdays.
Yeah.
I could probably go for some half-price apps.
Half price apps. Ooh.
Ooh.
Right. I forgot that we do this now.
This is our...
We don't have
I'm
five.
super awkward.
We just
They're just
push our
pressing
hands together.
pressing their palms together in an up and down motion. It makes others in the room uncomfortable.
That's
the goal.
probably the best thing that could
That's
happen.
the best part of it.
Mission accomplished.
Especially the eye contact with me.
We're both looking right at you.
I don't like this.
Best podcast
But
ever.
but you got dad jokes for days.
4 days.
And we want to do a little segment on here where he just held up number 4 days. This is the extent of Korey. But we want to do a little segment on this show that we've never done before. We want to play a little game. And that is the straight-faced dad joke game. So we will all say dad jokes.
I got nothing. Not
You
gonna lie.
Google it. Google dad
Google
jokes.
dad jokes.
Just don't choose the first site because that's what I chose.
Don't
Korey
choose the
came
third
prepared
side.
with pre-written jokes. But we'll say the jokes and then try to keep a straight face. The person saying the joke and the people receiving the joke have to keep a straight face.
Oh, the person saying it too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And if you smile or laugh, then that's a point on you. Person with the most points at the end loses.
Can I smile before and after?
Yeah, like in between jokes, that's all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
You don't
wanna
have
make
to
sure.
keep a straight face the whole time.
I can do that.
Cool. We'll go clockwise.
Okay.
Yeah. So that'd be you next and then Pudge.
My mom didn't teach
Oh.
me how to tell time.
Hopefully this game translates in podcast form because we've had games that we've done before.
That's true. If we're keeping straight faces, no one can see our faces.
I think you'll be able to hear a laugh though.
So we have to get like super close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we did Mad Libs once and it just did not work.
Tanked.
It tanked so hard. So we might be cutting this segment, but
Oh,
maybe not. We'll leave it in.
I was excited about this segment.
Okay. Well, then we won't cut it. Just for you. All right. You guys ready? Today, my son asked, "Can I have a bookmark?" And I burst into tears. 11 years old, and he still doesn't know my name is Brian.
Donnie laughed at his own joke.
I did not laugh at my own joke. I smiled a little bit.
Point.
Okay.
What concert cost just 45 cents? 50 Cent featuring Nickelback.
My soul hurts. That's a smile.
Yeah. I went to a seafood disco last week and pulled a mussel. Yeah, I can't look at your face. It's your face that makes me laugh. Donnie does this like,
Because I'm trying not to laugh. I pull my face down with my jaw. I've been told I look really ugly when I do that.
I thought that was a joke. No, it's just facts.
My sister told me that because I used to do that all the time because I would say something ornery and then try not to laugh. And she'd be like, "You look really ugly when you do
Ornery?
that." Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Ornery. Don't, come on. Everybody does this to me. How do you say it?
Honorary?
Honorary.
Oh, no, I
no,
don't.
that's the worst.
ornery.
Yeah.
Ornery.
Ornery.
Okay.
Your homeschooling failed you.
Yes.
Nice job, Mom. Why did the octopus beat the shark in a fight? Because it was well armed.
You look up and you just, it's like I expect you to laugh face like a puppy dog.
Do puppy dogs expect people to laugh?
Like a please laugh at this joke. What do you get if you stand between two llamas? Laminated.
Okay.
Like laminated?
Oh. What do you call a French guy with a rubber toe? Roberto.
You put in so much effort to it. I wasn't expecting that.
How much does a hipster weigh?
What?
He's finishing my jokes now.
A hipstergram?
No, Instagram.
Oh, goodness.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it just came out.
He finished your joke?
Yes. Atheism is a non-profit organization.
No.
You're doing that face.
You're doing the puppy dog eyes at me.
I like how
You're doing the jaw face.
You gotta knock it off with that.
I like how you lean in every time you tell it. Like just with one shoulder, you're like, affirm me.
Let's all do one more. Then we'll call it a wrap on this segment. Because I don't think it's translating podcast-wise. But we're going to leave it in. Because we suffered through all these dad jokes. So all you listeners have to
That's right.
suffer through these dad jokes. So we'll do one more.
Maybe slightly edited together.
Yeah, I'm going to probably hack some out. All right. So one more from each of us.
Okay.
I used to date a girl with a lazy eye. Turns out she was seeing someone else the whole time. Smile from Pudge.
You said it wrong.
What? It's how it's written down.
It's supposed to be, turns out she was seeing someone on the side.
That's better. Nice.
Thank you. I invented a new word today. Plagiarism.
I get it.
Took you a second.
It took me a second, but I got it.
Two birds are sitting on a perch, and one says, "Do you smell fish?"
It took me a second, but
I like it. Give me a point.
so the loser of that was me. I had 5. Korey had 3. Pudge had 4.
Does that mean I win?
You win.
What do I win?
I just about handed you my kazoo, but then thought better of it.
Oh,
Oh,
Get a
yeah. You get a sweet
I get
water
sweet sticker.
Sweet water.
Oh,
sticker.
sweet water. Sweet water.
Sponsor us.
Do we have any
Sweet
podcast
water.
stickers here? I gave you a whole bunch.
I've
I
got
already
one on
gave
my
him
laptop.
some.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Not a self 5.
I started working out again.
Mm.
I think I've said that probably 20 times over the course of this podcast.
Let me guess, you're sore again?
No, I'm not actually, because
You're
I'm
not doing it
taking
right.
it real
Pacing?
slow. Chafing, did you say?
Well, that too. But pacing.
I am.
Pacing.
Are you saying
Are you chafing too? I mean,
I'm not chafing? Are
good
you
for
saying,
you.
Is my workout pacing?
No,
or
you're pacing,
Am I
like,
pacing myself?
I wasn't a question. I was just like, oh, good, you're pacing.
Oh, yeah, I'm pacing.
We went too deep into that.
I have a new app. It's called Lose Weight App for Men. And it just, you can choose like beginner, intermediate, advanced for however intense you want your workout to be. And it's just a daily workout. It takes like 15 minutes, and at least it's something.
Yeah.
So I started doing that. And it's all just like body weight stuff, like push-ups and body squats and
Nice.
reverse crunches and bicycles.
Looks like
Burpees.
you're doing the party boy dance for your reverse crunches.
That's what I do.
Okay.
But yeah, I've just started this past Tuesday. I so far have not noticed any results, but I will keep you guys posted.
I actually blew off the gym to come here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You've been working out like a lot past
about
year.
6 nights a week.
Wow. Have you really worked out before?
No, like before moving here, I might have lifted 1 week in college for golf conditioning, and that was it.
Wow. What prompted you to want to start working out?
So, went through a bad breakup, and I used that as a, you know what? Fine, I'm just gonna get in shape and show you the mistake you made. So,
Yeah.
it's and then it's become a stress reliever from work, and it's kind of addicting to be able to see results too. So,
Nice, man.
yeah,
So a positive out of a negative.
yeah, big positive. So,
Nice. That's always good to see.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that doesn't happen too often. So when you can say, I went through something and now I have developed something else that is a positive from that negative, or I've become a better person because of that, I think that's always better.
And it's been cool too. I've been taking some students with me
Mhm.
from the youth groups, and couple high school kids, couple college kids. Because at the gym I have, I can take a guest with me for free. And right now during the summer, I sound like like a gym advertisement.
If they would sponsor us,
If they're
we'd be cool.
Yeah.
sponsored, but 15 to 18-year-olds lift free for the summer. So I'm taking like a carload of students every night that I go to the gym. And it's a neat opportunity to grow physically and to grow spiritually and relationally with these guys.
Nice. Awesome. How much you putting up now?
So in October, when I started, my 1 rep max on bench was 135.
Mhm.
Pretty sad. And last time I did chest day, I put up 1 rep max of 280.
Nice.
Take that, Carol.
Take that. But the really annoying thing about Planet Fitness where I go is their dumbbells only go up to 75 pounds. So I'm doing dumbbell bench press with 75 in each hand, and then I'm having my buddies put a 10-pound dumbbell on top of the 75 because I was plateauing. I didn't want to do that.
I really hate. Did you say the name of the gym that you go to?
I did.
Okay. I really hate Planet Fitness because their benches are all Smith machine. So it's like they ride up and down on the rails, the bar. I really hate that. I prefer like a little bit of movement. And I feel I've never felt more judged in a gym than I have at Planet Fitness.
Then the judgment-free zone.
Yeah, than the judgment-free zone. Because the gym that I will occasionally work out at is like a bodybuilder gym. There's just like pictures of like jacked, like overly muscular bodybuilders all over the walls, and everybody that's in there is like a meathead. But I don't feel judged at all in that gym. So I don't know what that says about Planet Fitness or about me as a person, but there you have it.
My brother-in-law got kicked out.
Planet Fitness?
My German brother-in-law.
So did my brother-in-law. He got kicked out of Planet Fitness.
He just was wearing a cutoff. And he's too ripped.
He is very good looking muscularly.
He was decathlete. So
What is decathlon? Like a decathlon?
it's like you do 10 different events in track and field.
Okay, so like spear.
Yeah, and then running, and then the shot put,
Shot
stuff
put.
like that. I don't know what all 10 are.
Did
but
you do the pole vaulting?
Probably.
I've always wanted to try that.
He was also on the German bobsled team.
For the Olympics?
No, this was like so in Europe they do like clubs for the country, and so they would compete against other countries.
Oh, okay.
I think out of those clubs, then you qualify for the Olympic team, I think. He didn't, I mean, he wasn't on the Olympic team, but he had a bobsled accident where they flipped over and went down the track. And on his shoulder, you can still see, it's like a big circle of just scar tissue where he was pinned on the ice and it just rubbed it raw going down. Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
It's pretty sweet.
That's a nice war injury.
Yeah.
What position was he?
I have no idea.
I'd be really curious. Bobsledding is so fun to watch.
It is.
Whenever I can catch it on the Olympics, I will sit down and watch bobsledding.
Do you like Cool Runnings?
I was about to ask that.
Oh, yeah, I love Cool Runnings.
That's one of my favorite movies.
It's so good. I'm going to go home and watch it tonight.
After half-price apps.
After half-priced apps. Now that we've talked about it, I have to watch Cool Runnings. Jamaica, we are the bobsled team. It's a solid movie.
What's the cadence?
Oh, shoot. I don't know. It's completely gone from my brain.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do, but I don't.
Da 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 da.
Oh,
look out! Yeah,
it's bobsled time.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. We shouldn't spend time on this.
Yeah. We should wrap it up
For the listeners, they were also acting like they were pushing bobsleds for about 3 minutes while they were trying to think of the cadence.
It helps.
So
It does.
I just want to let you guys know about that.
We should start a bobsled team.
3 of us.
I feel like we're weighty enough.
That's
between the
true.
three of
Get
us,
some momentum
we'd be
going.
the fastest people.
Our starts would be slow.
But by the time we got to the end, there'd be like a friction burn at the front of the bobsled, like re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. Real quick, too, as we wrap this up, I got to go to our podcast email. We got a response from Abby Deacon.
Oh.
Abby D, because she wrote into the podcast in a what would you do scenario, and we answered that on the last episode. And actually today on my way into church, she wrote us back and said, "Dear Donnie and Jordan, I really enjoyed."
You just created a couple name.
Jordan. That's perfect.
Or Don.
I think
Dondon?
Jordan is better.
Jordan's pretty solid.
Dear Jordan, I really enjoyed hearing your responses to my scenario. I have been living in
Bless you.
Pristina, Kosovo for 3 months, now teaching 3rd grade at Pristina High School. I'll be returning to Ohio on Sunday and flying back to Kosovo in August to teach 1st grade next school year. Donnie, I really enjoyed your response email to my first email. I laughed a lot and made everyone I know read it. I am very sad to hear that you both will not be at camp this year, and even more sad that I had to hear about it on the podcast. Sorry.
Yeah, she did message me.
Did she?
That we suck. That was the message. You guys suck.
Like she texted or?
Facebook Messenger.
She did.
I echo that.
She didn't
I
text
finally-
me that I sucked.
Get enough clearance to go on the lodge side. And
that's
you're
true.
both not there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
man.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I wish you
really.
guys the best and may hopefully see you at some point. You're my friend and I trust you, Abby Deacon. So, sorry. But also, I'm assuming that's somewhere in Russia?
Kosovo?
Kosovo? It sounds Russian to me. Pristina, Kosovo.
You say it fast enough.
When you
you're
say
Russian.
it in a Russian accent and fast enough, it sounds Russian.
Fair.
I'm assuming it's... Oh, wait. Russia is its own country.
Yes.
So that's like a country in where would that be? The continent of... is
Asia.
Is Russia in the Asian continent?
Yes.
Get out of here, man. I had no idea.
Kingsway.
Yeah, Kingsway. Listen, that school system failed me miserably.
Or did you fail the school system?
Well, okay.
I've talked to your teachers.
Have you really? Oh, you talked to Mr. Leimeister.
And Gerber.
Oh, what did Gerber have to say about me?
He's like, I told him you said hi. I was like, do you remember him? And he's like, oh, yeah, I do. He said, he's a good kid at heart, just didn't know how to apply himself.
Oh, that's like the worst.
Oh, that hurts so bad. That's
Don't know how to
true,
apply
but it's true though.
yourself.
It's true because I in 6th grade started like getting behind in math, like starting to not understand, and I was just like I hate confrontation, and I was just too anxiety ridden to like raise my hand and be like I don't get this, or go up and see the teacher and be like I don't get this. So from like 6th grade on, I just sucked at math. If I cared about what we were doing, I was better at applying myself, but math was just not one of those things that I cared about. So, Mr. Gerber, if you ever listen, I'm sorry. I let you down. I'm sorry I was a horrible student. I wasn't a horrible student. I sat there quietly. Not really learning or paying attention, but I sat there quietly at least.
Horrible student.
I didn't cause a fuss. So, that's a win in my book. Now I feel horrible. I need some half-price apps to
We can get that taken care of.
pick this spirit up.
A year and 4 months later.
Yeah. Finally doing it, though. Does that mean our friendship is ending?
Or just beginning.
Or just beginning? Now we're finally friends.
Begun. I really wish I could sing as well as either of you. Well, mostly Jordan.
Yeah, I've been told I'm not great at singing. But I think I'm half decent at least. But
Decent.
oh well. Whose turn is it to kazoo?
I don't know.
I think it's my turn
Okay.
because I said it last time. Oh, yeah. So what week is this? What week is this? This is the 20th. All right. So you guys have exactly from time of hearing this 1 week. Oop, you just made a location. That's all right. Just
Okay.
hit cancel or hit enter again. Sorry. There you go. You guys from this episode have 1 week to donate to the You're My Friend and I Trust You 5K for Compassion. We need $500. We're going to give it all to Compassion International, a charity that helps widows and orphans and also digs wells, things like that. But if we get $500, we're going to run in a 5K. Okay, guys? That's what's going to happen.
Okay.
Okay? But so far, you guys have failed us. But that's all right. But if you have donated, thank you. And if we shut down the campaign without reaching the $500, we're still going to give the $175 to Compassion. So good things still happening. But thank you if you did donate. You're an angel. You're a saint. And we love you.
So we want to say thank you to sticking around this long, letting us tickle your ear holes. We also want to say thanks to our guest, Mr. Korey. It's pretty cool. Maybe we'll have him on again. Dive a little bit deeper.
The face he just gave me, he was like, no way.
Dive a little bit deeper into his life cycles. Where is that now? Anyway, stay tuned. But you can keep up with us on Twitter, not on Facebook. I don't know why I don't have a Facebook. But on Twitter. Facebook would probably get us a little bit more action. We should probably get a Facebook. Check us out on Twitter at My Friend Podcast. You can send us an email at itrustyoupodcast@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter. I think I'm at the Jordan Benter. You can find Donnie at
Don Moretti.
and you can find Korey
KS Whittset.
on the interwebs.
Just be prepared for a lot of puns and dad jokes.
Yeah.
That's the majority of what it is.
But we want to say thanks. You can find us on Mondays is when we release new episodes. You can hear us on Back Row Radio on Fridays, interspersed with some tasty music and jams again for your ear holes. So, with that, Donnie just figured out how to do the tongue roll on a kazoo.
Forever since we got these things. You just haven't noticed.
You stay classy, and thanks for listening to You're My Friend and I Trust You, a podcast. Just two dudes having a conversation. You're my friend and I trust you.